Karinganzo Nima Chike Matsi Nangla Nangchu Nyamlen Chutarhit Gotsur. How to practice Buddhism in everyday life? I'd like to say a few words about that. In generally speaking, we are humanity in this world, all kind of humans. And we are same. You know, what we are looking for. We are looking for happiness. And we don't want to be unhappy and sad. But that is just wish, you know. Then if you don't want unhappy, and if you don't want a suffering, then you have to do something for it. And if you want to be happy, and you want to do something for that, without doing anything, without any action, only thinking and wish, said, I want to be happy and I don't want to be unhappy. Having that wish is not enough. You need to take action. In the Buddha taught so many teachings and so many levels of teachings. Actually, maybe you heard 84,000 different kind of teachings Buddha taught. So this meant 84,000 different teachings in the Buddha taught. It's for all different mind levels, you know. The people have a different mind and heart and different karma. So, therefore, there's a lot of choice in these teachings. But you need to take action with them according to feel the benefit out of teachings. You have to take an action. So, if you're talking that Buddhist wisdom and teachings bringing into everyday's life, now you have to take some action with that. Actually, it's very easy, you know. You don't have to wait to know a lot of Buddhism or become a scholar or become a very knowledgeable person. You don't need to wait for that day. In fact, do not wait for any future. Every day is an opportunity. Every day is the day for you to accomplish. You know? There is a saying, if some things that you feel you can do today, don't put that for tomorrow. If you put that for tomorrow, you may never done it. So it's very important to focus today's life. That is the Buddhist viewpoint. So, and try to happy, and try to content mind, and try to present, you know. Otherwise, if you have everything, physical environment, and perfectly well conditioned, but your mind is absent in the past or future, not in that moment, then everything's around there is perfect. Your mind still feels unhappy and there's something missing. So because it's absent mind, the mind is in the past, mind in the future. It's so very important to not distract it too much. In our samsara world, there's a lot of distractions. You know, lots of fun things too you can distract it for endlessly. First, what thoughts comes, then you follow their thoughts and patterns, and that develops attachment, anger, jealousy, all kinds of neurosis. So then that takes you endless, and it creates suffering and problems. So therefore, try to be happy in the moment. You know, moment that where are you? You know, wherever you are, be happy. You found happiness in there. You know. Sometimes people think, you know, well, let's say people from Taiwan maybe think, oh, I want to go Europe or America or Tibet or somewhere else because they have a beautiful environment. Then maybe I found really happiness. Or many other people that think that way. But actually, it's you cannot really find a fully happiness. Just go somewhere, you know. Maybe in the moment when you get a new country or new place, because you don't know that society and you don't know the problem in that society, everything looks pretty and beautiful. In that moment, you think, oh, beautiful, you know. Everything looks like this is like pure light. But after a few days, when you learned more, then same thing. There's problems. There's anger and jealousy. So everything is just, you know, there. So that means we cannot really expect fully happiness you can gain from outside. And also run away from suffering. You cannot run away from suffering. You have to deal with the suffering. And you have to deal with your inner skill and wisdom and compassion and be present, you know. Be in the moment wherever you are. And that is the best place to be and best place to accomplish and best place to be happy. So then you can bring benefit and wisdom of a Buddhist techniques and practice into everyday's life. You know, you can interlink Buddhism techniques and wisdom into everyday's life. And you can emerge them, you can merging them. Maybe in the beginning, you feel a little difficult. Bring Buddhism wisdoms into your daily life. Sounds not easy, but my experience is not so hard. It's possible if you try and open heart enough, you can. You know, once you can bring this Buddhism wisdom into daily life, then really it makes different your life. Because now you have inner care. Now you have inner wisdom that how to serve yourself and how to serve others through compassion and through loving kindness. When you express kindness to others, others will express happy to you. So actually, this is Buddha's teachings called that, interdependent origination. Everything is interdependent origination. That means if you smile for other person, that other person smiled you, and then both were happy. And this is the idea of if you harm others, the others will also express feedback. That is called interdependent of origination. Everything is accordingly our action, our intention. Have good attention is very important. In Buddhism, sometimes said good heart and semzambo and sambazambo, good heart. If you have a good heart and good intention, then whatever you do, it won't hurt others. A minimum, I'm saying. So if you don't hurt others' feeling, so others won't bother you. And then we can create beautiful environment outside, and also we can create and establish your inner peacefulness, your inner happiness. Also, you can develop through this practice, So then this is called, you can call Buddha's blessing, blessing of Buddha. And blessing of Dharma. And you can maybe say blessing of Sangha, the three precious jewels. But even if you don't understand this, many things, it's okay. You still can express this. Everything's mind. Mind is so important, really, Mind can create all kind of things. One time, one of my American students, he lives in an apartment. And next door, the person is an early morning person. Have to wake up very early and catch her work. And my student is a late night person. He sleeps very late and he gets up very late in the morning. And one point, he taught me that, one day he came and he said, these days I'm not sleep well and I'm thinking to move somewhere. Then I said, why? What's happening? Then he said, my next door neighbor get up very early and take shower. The shower sound is very loud and it wakes him up. And then he is very irritated and he's unhappy. And not only that, he's really upset at her. So now he's thinking, move out and move somewhere else. And then I told him, if you move somewhere else, maybe unfortunately you get the same problem. Maybe next neighbor is making a lot of, some constructions or some other sound may comes up and bring you some problem. You cannot run away from suffering. You have to do something with it. Then he oftentimes practiced with Vajrasattva. And then I said, okay, before you move out, maybe you should try this one thing. One thing is think differently. When you hear this sound from shower, you should think that shower and the sound is coming from Vajrasattva and the shower of blessing. And be positive. And don't block your ear. Try to more open. And don't hold the fear and let it open. And when sound comes, think as a, blessing of a Buddha and a shower of blessing that comes to you. And don't be irritated. And don't hold that intention of a problem as a problem. Just let's go that tension. And then he said, okay, I'll try. Then he went back. After a few weeks later, I saw him again. Then he said, thank you very much. Now I decide I'm not going to move out. And not only that, I felt really, after all, I feel compassionate for her. Because she gets up so early and hard-working person. And here myself is in a bed and sleeping late. So I felt totally different, he said. Not bothered anymore. I'm okay. I think this is mind. Why I bring this story is like, once really, how you can set your mind. Mind is you can set for positive, or mind you can set for negative. And that is up to individuals. There is in the Western world a saying that half empty of glass or half full of glass. I think that you know that term. That means if a glass of water is halfway, the negative person said half empty. And the positive person will look and come say, oh, half full of glass. So it is mind, you know. Doesn't change in the object itself. But you can observe with positively or you can observe with negatively. So that could affect your inner humanity too. Accordingly, how do you perceive and how do you take this in is up to us. You know. Even Buddha said, I give you all the teachings now. Whether you practice or not, it's up to you. So it is same way, like that. If we can be more positive in everyday's life, that influence your human nature, and you can influence other with positive. So then we can bring peace and harmony and happiness into our world and society and your family. So I think that is very important. This is called how do you bring Buddhism into everyday's life.
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you. 阿弥陀佛，我是贡嘎仁波切，是台湾藏传佛教佛法网络电视台的会员，希望大家未来护持这个网络电视台。阿弥陀佛。